Hey everyone, Becky with HopeEssential.com here, and I am bringing to you another segment of holistic lifestyle tips, getting real about the woo-woo. I started this series because I think a lot of people believe holistic living is for a certain type of person, and in actuality, it's for anyone who wants to treat from the inside out and not just treat symptoms, but try to get to the root of the issue and resolve the problem versus just being on medication for life. Now, sometimes you have to, and that's what you need to do. But I truly embrace the idea of proactive wellness and trying to not be on medications. And a little bit about me: I own a wellness company, Hope Essential, and I am a wellness advocate for doTERRA essential oils, which means I'm an essential oil educator. And then I'm also a holistic living educator, because the two just go hand in hand about being proactive about your health. And I wanted to talk tonight about the lady we mentioned last week, Dr. Iva Peck, a doctor of Oriental medicine in Plano, Texas. She helped me with several health concerns, and tonight the one I want to mention is Hayfever. I lived in Dallas for 10 years before I developed allergies, and they came on hard and fast. And I didn't even know that was possible. I thought you either had them or you didn't, but it's very common apparently. And unfortunately for me, the allergies that were not controlled very well would turn into a sinus infection, which then would trigger a migraine. So I was caught in this vicious cycle. And I went to an allergist to try to stop that cycle. We had good insurance, so it just made sense to go to a regular doctor. And I was on shots for 5 years. And the only improvement I saw was fewer sinus infections, but I could not get off the decongestant. I didn't really have any other symptoms but the congestion. And I was the one that had to even say, why am I on Claritin D when I really don't have the other symptoms? All I have is congestion. Oh, well, I guess Sudafed would be fine. So I was on Sudafed twice a day, year round. And I didn't think I had any other options. But then the migraine started again, and the doctor would say, Sudafed is a trigger for migraines, so get off it. Well, how do I breathe then? And they never had an answer for me. And that was just not helpful. And so I turned to Dr. Iva, and she treated me with a treatment called NAET. And what that stands for, I'll probably butcher it, but I'll try it, is Nambudrapad's Allergy Elimination Technique. And that's named after the doctor who invented it. And it's muscle testing, acupuncture, and it's too involved to go into here to explain how it all works, but you can Google it and contact me later if you want more information. But she tested me for sensitivities, not just to hay fever, but to vitamins, minerals, foods, cats and dogs, and so forth. Now, a lot of what she tested me for mimicked, like I was not allergic to cats and dogs, and her, according to the allergist from before, and the same thing held true with her. So I sort of had a baseline there. But the surprising thing was I was sensitive to, not allergic, but sensitive to calcium, the B vitamins, vitamin D, and things we need. And I had no idea. So she treated me for the different things in groups that she knew what to put together. And then for 24 hours, I could not have anything to eat or drink from that group. So for instance, if she treated me for calcium, then for 24 hours, I could not eat or drink anything, whether it was a food or drink or whatever with calcium in it, and that was it. And so this took a while, probably 6 to 8 weeks, going once a week, and it wasn't cheap, but it lasts. And the very last thing, I was getting a little impatient, I'll be honest, because I didn't really understand the process. And at the very last one, she treated me for the hay fever. And I know now why she did that, or I suspect, because when your gut is constantly stressed with these sensitivities internally, then when an external stressor comes like pollen, there are no reserves to fight. So because my gut has been cleaned up quite a bit between then and now, I don't have to take anything over the counter during those times of high pollen. I am bothered by it, but not to the degree that my oils can't take care of it, or cutting back on some of the bad foods or bad habits if I've gotten back into that. Your gut health is so, so important. It affects everything. And so it just really helps that knowing that the cleaner, healthier your gut, the better your chances of fighting off external things, whether it's pollen, whether it's stress, whatever it is. And so she helped me with that, and I have not had to go back to anything else. And if I had not chosen another path, I would still be on Sudafed twice a day. And I would have had no chance at lessening the number of migraines and the severity of them. And this is huge for me. If you know of anyone that is a migraine sufferer or even just headaches, it's not fun. You don't just lose one day. You're in horrible pain for one day and maybe more, but then the medication leaves you so, fuzzy, you walk like a zombie through the next day or two. And if you can get some relief, that's awesome. And I just want to let you know that in Tennessee, you cannot practice NAET. And you would have to drive to Asheville. Now, I can't personally recommend the facility in Asheville because I've not been there. I don't need that right now. But if this was something I was dealing with, I would definitely check it out, because yes, it costs money and gas to do that. But if you are having other symptoms or the migraines or whatever it is, if you're sick all the time, that's costing you money, missing work. And also just the idea of not being on medications the rest of your life, that to me is worth quite a bit. So most places like this, most holistic places, do not take insurance. Some do, but unfortunately a lot of times your carrier won't cover that. But most places have a payment plan, and I just highly encourage you to, if you're dealing with allergies and can't get any relief, and you've read the insert on your over-the-counter meds and you're a little concerned about taking them the rest of your life, let's face it, a lot of times they interfere with your sleep cycle. It's just not good. So if you need more information about that, you can send me a message. But I would love to know if anyone else has tried NAET, and if so, what were your results, and if you're intrigued by it. And also just comment below if you had any aha moments in tonight's segment. I really hope this series opens your mind to alternatives to different solutions for your health. So till next time, choose you, choose natural, choose now.